and to start outside. But what's happened is that I did a poll on my Instagram, right? So I have to kind of like figure out exactly how many people want this, me to make this. And so I have to kind of go in and pick it. So far, the majority of people have been picking. What I'm doing today, right, is this. I'm actually doing a type of thing where I have a challenge, right? And this is the challenge, right? This is the challenge. The challenge is which one of these creatures should I make tonight for you, right? Which one, two, three, or four? And so the majority of people I had so far has picked number one, which is the alien queen, right? But I'm gonna go ahead just tally up my records, just make sure it's all good because you know what? Just to be fair for everyone, I have to go through and tally it. So to do that, I have to get a piece of paper out and start tallying up all the records of how many people want the different ones because it could be close. Many people want to actually have the queen, the alien queen, and some people want to actually have the different ones. So you have the alien queen here. You have the alien queen, and then the second one is the alien king. So I'm gonna make a tally. So I'm gonna put queen, the queen, right? I put the king. I put the so one is the queen, two is the king, alien king. Number three is the harvester queen, right? So far no one's picking the harvester queen. So that's kind of interesting for me. Harvester queen. The next one, oh, light team on cool. Number four, you have the Ender, the Formic Queen, from Ender's Game, right? So let's go ahead and do a tally. So far, let's see the tally of that on this so far, how it goes, right? I'm going to go through my list of people and see who are interested in what, right? So far, I'm just going to go through, this is my Instagram list and my Instagram, and so I'm going to go just through it, see which one. So people choose number two, so we have one for number two, right? That's one. Let's see, next one down. Let's see, do I get a pick? No. Okay, let's see the disco tree. All right. He's not there. Okay, so next one is okay. Other options. Other options. Nope. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, we have. All right. No. Okay, so we have. Okay, let's go to this one. Number one or two. So one says number one for one, and one for two. So one for the queen and one for the king. Right, so far this right now I have on the list I have a list is 1, 2. Right, I'm gonna go through like my whole list of people who are actually responding by 7 o'clock, and so I'm gonna make a sculpture between now and 8 o'clock. So I just want to make sure I get the right one. So far, number one. A lot of people are going for number one. All right, for the queen. The one for number two. The guys are picking the kings, and the girls are picking the queens. All right. One picked one for number one, and the one for the queen, and one for the former queen. Right. Or this one got one for. Let's see the. Okay, so one for the king and one for the formic, right? Formic. So the queen's getting a lot of love. So let's see, that's one. So right there. So this is one. So right now I'm at like this is the list so far. Just going through. And all the different people. So that one, that one. Okay, it's a xenomorph queen. Another one for the queen. That's 4 for the queen. That's 4 for the king. Right. Next one is okay. This one here. So one. The shape is one, but I guess it would be 4. So one for the form of queen. Yep. Fellow tape artist. Yeah, huh? That's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Next one is the queen herself, and she picks the queen. So that's 5 for the queen. Next one we have another number 2. So 5 for the king, 5 for the queen. All right, here we go. We have let's see, Emmy. Emmy picks number 2. That's a 6 for the king, right? Let's see, that's 6 for the queen. All right, everybody loves the queen. Charles. Let's see. He picks one for the king, for the king, for the queen. Let's see. Let's see. We have. Let's see. Okay, Camille. Let's see who picks the king. One for the king. So wow. So wow, king. All right. So we have next one is Frank. Frank. I'm not sure what Frank picked. Okay, go back to that one. Okay, this one is that's 7 for the queen. 7 for the queen, 6 for the king, right? First you see, let's see, Danny. 2. That's 2 for the king. That's okay. So 8 for the king, 8 for the queen. Okay. All right. So we have that. Let's see. 1 for the. Okay. So that's let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 for the queen. Right. So there's 9 for the queen, and then that's 8 for the king. It's 10 for the queen. Okay. The next one we have is. Let's see. Just going through the list until there's no more. That's a tough one. Okay. Right, that one again. This one here. Okay. It doesn't say which one. All right. That's they're here. Okay. Nobody picked that one. Nobody picked that one. Nobody picked that one. Okay. So this is pretty much so far. Right now I have 9 for the queen, and I have 8 for the king. I have 3 for the formic queen. Right. Nobody's picking. Nobody's picking the what do you call it one? No one's picking the harvester queen. Okay, so we have that one. Let's go to the actual page itself and see what we have on the page. Okay, this is the page. This is my This is the page. This is my Instagram page, right? And my Instagram page. This is how many people have been picking. People have been picking the different ones. So let's see. So now we're gonna go to for the queen. All right. So now on this one here, it says okay, I got 2 for the 1 for the king. All right, so that makes it 9 for the king. That's 10 for the king. That's 11 for the queen, and that's it. So the queen is 11. You have one vote. One vote win. The queen won by 1 vote. You see that? So the queen. Okay, I check on my my YouTube page. See if anything on my YouTube page if that went through. And so before I start sculpting, so I just want to let you guys know that before I start sculpting tonight, if this is the one that's pretty much. So right now the queen has won with 11 to 10. Right, and so you have, and that's the number 3 didn't get anything, but the queen has won for this building contest. So what I'll do is I'll start building the queen. I'll start building the queen for you guys, unless of course I get like another well, actually the time is, I guess, up. It's after 7. So looking at all the ones that have already gone through, I already have selected. The question is now, okay, I guess pretty much this is it. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and just start making the xenomorph queen. So we're gonna be making the xenomorph queen tonight. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to use my trusty dusty masking tape. I'm using a masking tape right now to actually hold up the camera over there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a fresh masking tape. Actually, I'll use an older one because you know what? Sometimes you use a fresh masking tape, it doesn't work so well. So I want to show you the one from last week. This is the one from last week Friday, that won. This was the one that won. And so pretty much how it works is this, right? I'm going to sculpt a sculpture, right? And as I'm sculpting the sculpture, what's going to happen is that, you get a chance to bid for the highest sculpture. The one who has the highest bid is the one who's going to win this sculpture tonight, right? It's not this one, but the sculpture I'm going to make, which is the alien queen. So you're going to give you a heads up for that. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to make the alien queen tonight live. And it's not going to be completed by the time I get done in 1 hour, of course. But when you get it, it will be completed. It'll be painted and all that good stuff. So you'll actually have a pretty good deal there. Oh my word, a spot just opened up. Hold on a second, yo. I'm going to go move to a spot over there so I can get a nice cozy spot. Let me see if I get it. Let me not get myself into an accident real quick. All right, just hang in there, people. I got to get this spot real quick over by my neighborhood. I'll be right back, okay? Right, let me just jump over to the other side and go get this. Unless, of course, one of my neighbors is going to go take it, and he's gonna take it. So forget it. My neighbor got it before I did. It's okay. Forget it. So I'm here. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. All right. Forget that. I'm gonna stay here and just go ahead and work on the sculpture, right? Because what happens? Spots are so hard to get now in New York. So when you get a spot, you gotta run for it. Okay. So anyway, so what happened? These were the spots from before. And see, I was on the wrong side of the car. If I was on the right side of the car, I would have been able to get it. But such is life. C'est la vie. So okay. So here goes. Right. Where's my phone? My other phone is in my pocket. Make sure this is the phone that's actually working to power this phone here. So this is my old phone and my new phone. Anyway, long story short, let's begin. All right, let's begin. Let's begin. Shall we begin? This here is my masking tape. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make something nice for you. And that which I'm going to make nicest for you is the alien queen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put my chat on, so definitely you can actually talk to me, right? Because I love when people talk to me, especially when people are just talking and let me know how things are going for them as well. Because it makes things so much better when the humans talk to other humans, right? So, there you have it. Let's go ahead and talk. Ladies and gentlemen, today was a really wonderful day. I got a chance to go out with my family. My son and I, we went out to go and do some really cool art. Now, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go ahead and start making the body, right? Start making the body, and as I'm doing this, it's gonna be like just I don't know. It's weird how this works. And I might have to actually move the car because what happens? I'm actually parked by one of my neighbor's driveways, and so what happened? He's a cool neighbor, so he might actually let me after he parks because it's always weird how it works. You start doing something, they kind of roll up on your spot, and pretty much I'm in his spot. Is he here already? So anyway, so what happens is this, right? Today I got a chance to go hang out with, pretty much we homeschool our kids, right? So we got a chance to actually be home with them a lot. And so, even so, it's good to spend time with the kids because, one of the things that's interesting about kids just love spending time with their parents. Undivided, focused attention on their own kids. Parents on their kids. They like that because what happens is that the kids get a chance to kind of be themselves and not have to be around their brother or sisters. And so I spent some time with my youngest, whose name is Lucas. And so, I named him Lucas because when he was born, I wanted to say Luke. Well, that was the only reason. But we picked it because once I want to be like, Luke, I am your father. But we all know that's not what it really says. Vader doesn't say, Luke, I'm your father. He says, no, I am your father. Right? That's what he says. And so anyway, so what happens is that in the scenario of the situation, what ends up happening is that I got a chance to say that, and it was fun. But so I got to spend some time today with him, and it was really cool because when you're starting to think about spending time with your kids, you have this scenario where it's like each one of your kids is uniquely important. Definitely, I love my kids. When I was there for every one of them being born, I was there for them. I was there to see them, be born, and I wanted to actually cut the umbilical cord, which unfortunately I wasn't able to do. So I was just able to because it was all cesarean. All my kids are born through cesarean, which is, that's a story in and of itself. There's a story by this lady, her name is Ricky Lake, right? And she has a video called "The Business of Being Born." And if you get a chance to look that up, that's pretty much very interesting to look at, right? So first and foremost, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and start constructing the alien queen's face because her face is huge, right? It's a big face. Now, see, the thing is, I have a hard time with the face trying to do it from memory. But what is a good thing to do? Whenever I do the sculpting stuff, I always start off with the basic facial shapes and stuff, And also, by the way, feel free to talk in the chat. Feel free to share and talk and everything in the chat. I mean, just be kind and nice and stuff, because I enjoy what I do, so I'm really enjoying this. But for the most part, though, I know it's gonna get darker too. By the way, because what happens is it's nighttime, and I was gonna be inside the house doing this where it's nice and cozy, but we're getting the stuff ready for dinner tonight. So we just finished grocery shopping, so I'm like, let me just be in the car. It's not a problem being in the car. Car's a space where I get to be. Actually, I spend a lot of time in the car. Actually, I'm always driving. So, but anyway, so back to what I was saying before about my son. I got a chance to spend some time with him at the park today, and we just got talking. He's like 10 years old. And he and I just got talking about stuff, and it was such a fun time. I got some pictures there, and with the pictures of him and I just talking, it was one of those things where I was just so happy to be able to just to talk with him. Because at first it was like, my wife went to go get my son's, to get ID here in the city, right? You have to go to several ways to get ID because my oldest son, he needs to get ID and things, in order to prove who he is and say what he's about, So, that's everyone, all of us. You have your social security numbers, you have all those things, right? So you have to go to the DMV today to get his IDs in order to get a job or something, or to get work or even to be, get anything. You have to have some kind of bank account. If you want to get a bank account, you have to have ID. And to get a bank account, you have to be able to do all the cool stuff that is required. And some of the stuff that's required, is that you have to actually go out there and get some details. But how it works in the city is they're just they have this thing where you don't have to necessarily have ID. You can get a bank account, but for some reason he had to get a bank account with ID. So the only way to get that's DMV, right? Anyway, so what ends up happening, right, is that you have this scenario where as you're doing this, you kind of put in a situation where you have to get your stuff. And we went there several times, and if you've ever been to DMV in New York, all right, I mean, you can catch a good day sometimes. You can actually catch a good day. And I'm not 100% sure you always catch a good day. But one of the things you find is that, as you're doing stuff, you're beginning to figure out that, that some days you'll catch a good day. You might actually be able to get in there and be able to, have a good day at the DMV, which is rare, very, very rare. But if you do, then, pretty much. So anyway, so what happens, I spent some time talking to my son. We were on the swings, just kind of walking around. We went to this park, right? I did a movie back in 2007. I actually made a movie, right? That one day I'm going to show to the whole world. And so for the most part, though, what ends up happening is that in that movie, right, you have it where, in that movie, you have it where let's see if I find the thing real quick. I just need a reference to see the head of this thing again, because what happens is like the alien queen, she is amazing. She really is. I just need to see her head. Oh, okay, I got it. Right here. Listen here. I gotta see her face, because you see right here the way it looks right on her face. It's like that. So I just gotta make sure I get it just right. So I gotta go through my archives, because this one's a little bit more difficult than the ones I've done before, because you have it where you see what the thing is with these alien queens and stuff like that. Let's put on alien king. It's like I made one before, but it's like the thing is you kind of forget, and you have to remember by just kind of like doing the. Where is my pictures? Where the heck? Okay, where did it go? Download. Where's the download? Where are you? Where are you? I don't know where you are. Camera, screenshot. Are you screenshots? I think you're screenshots. No, you're not. Are you download? I don't know where you went to. I can't find you all of a sudden. You just disappeared. Oh, you know what? I did this way back. That's why. I did this way back. So I gotta go way back. Nelly. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have to just go from memory. Okay, I saw it a little bit. Oh, you know, aha! I have an idea. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do the Google search. I don't understand. This new phone gives me all kind of attitude. Let me tell you, it's just like one of those things where you think you got it, and then no, you don't have it. So okay, Xenomorph Queen. Especially this one's all sensitive. So okay, cool. There you go. This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, good. You see her face? You see the face of the queen? There's the face of the queen, right? There it is. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and just look at it real quick, get it in my subconscious. Alrighty, it's in my subconscious now. All right, so now we're gonna go and continue. So we went to the swings. We were walking around. We're having pretty much a good time, and my son and I were just talking about just like, and then there's a thing that I've been trying to do for the last couple of days, right? And the last thing I've been doing for the last couple of days is called just thinking about happy thoughts, not just happy thoughts, but thinking about like thoughts that are gonna actually benefit other people. Like for example, here you have it, right, where it's like you are faced, right, with a situation where you know what, you get to pick whatever kind of day you're gonna have, right? By saying like you're not sure, by the grace of God, you live every day. So, but when you get up in the morning, you be like, listen, I have to just trust that things are gonna work out. Because, like, for example, the last couple of days has been, like, really kind of something where, as you're working on stuff, more stuff is coming up. So you have the thing, right, where it's like, okay, example, I would try to go for my passport, right? Yesterday I went to try to go for my passport. And as I was doing that, right, there was a thing where I got ready for that. In order to get you ready for your passport, you had to have your old passport. And when you have your old passport, you kind of fit with a situation where if you don't, if you don't have all the right papers, they're going to send you back home. So you're kind of like trying to figure out what's the best thing to do, how are you going to go about doing these things. And then as you're doing this, you're kind of sitting there thinking, okay, I got to make sure it's right. So I took a picture. I got the picture done. That picture was like $16 for the picture. I went in and got all my other papers. I got my social security number. I got my all the important documents I need to have, my old passport, which expired. And I went to the place, and they told me that I can't do it in person. I have to actually go and register. I have to go and register online so I can make an appointment to come back here in person. So I was like, all right. So I did that, register online, and I was able to do it. And then they make you pay online. Now, it's weird how this works, because, they say, this is the website you got to go check. I went to the website, they told me to go check. And after that, immediately I got something pop up and says, this is what you have. This is what you got to do, right? And so as I'm doing that, I'm saying, okay, this is weird, because, okay, again, it's only $109, which is like when you look at the thing, it's going to be more money. And I'm like, it's just a waste of time. It's like, it's just taking up so much time, because you're going there. You have to make so many plans, because this wasn't the first day attempt. This is like several days attempt. Like my son, when he went to the thing, it took several days of attempt, because one day it was like, you had to make the appointment. You can't set foot in the DMV. Next day you have to go in, and the computers are down, so you can't have anything. After that, you go and you're not sure if it's going to work, yay or nay. And when you get in there, it actually works. And then you're not sure exactly how long. So I'm there with my youngest son, right? Not in the DMV, but at the park, and we're just having a good time, thinking it's going to be like 3 hours or something. And they got it done like in a few minutes, right? So they got all of it done like in a few minutes. So what happens is that you're like, man, that happened a lot faster, a lot quicker than I thought, because you're thinking it's going to be one of those things where. Oh, by the way, she's going to come out really big. This is going to be a really big thing when it's done, because when you look at this, right? This is the size of this guy here. You see this? This is just her head, okay? This is going to be her head. This is the size of one I made last week, right? See, I was almost finished by the time I got to this part of the video. But for her, she's going to be a big old alien queen. So Anyway, so what's happening is that, I'm just kind of just doing it right now, just talking and stuff. But I should really probably focus better, because when I focus, I can actually get more stuff done. So let me just go ahead and do that. I remember seeing this movie for the first time, and I absolutely loved this movie. I thought it was really cool. I saw it at a friend's house. It was one of my friends from junior high school. I remember went over to his house and watched it. And Aliens. It was edited for television, so all the cursing and stuff was kind of minimized. And back in the day, they always had the cursing and stuff like that. It was so fun. They would invent new curse words just to so you could put it on public TV. And so he recorded it, and we watched it. And then so he made a copy for me for it. And then I was able to watch this Aliens movie with the Alien Queen, and it was just so amazing, because I was like, man, this is such a cool show, cool movie. And then so another friend of mine, I got a chance to watch it, like the unedited version, and with that, it was like I got to see more things I didn't see. And then he had the special edition version of Aliens, right, for the Alien Queen. Because I was like, that was like a creation by Mr. James Cameron himself. This Alien Queen is a James Cameron design, or the people who work with James Cameron, and they had to bring this sucker to life, So when they did that, this was one of those things where this is a feat of magnificence. And then you have Ripley fighting this giant alien queen, and I was just like, my goodness, this is amazing. This is such an amazing thing. You have this thing where as you're sitting there thinking about it, like, man, this is one of those things where you're just like, oh my goodness, I totally am impressed by how they made these things, how they completely made this. So anyway, so what's happened is this, I'm just in the process of just kind of, all day I've been thinking about this, by the way. I've been looking forward to just doing this art all day, and I've been just nervous, not sure what's going to happen, not sure who's going to pick what. As a matter of fact, a lot of people picked the Alien King, and I was impressed by how many people picked the Alien King. Maybe next time I do this next week, I'll do the Alien King, I'll make the Alien King for you guys to see, because it's like, the Alien Queen, and we've seen the Queen before. We have, because we've seen from the movies, and we've seen Alien vs Predator, and then we've seen just from the comic books and stuff like that. So they did a really good job in terms of making it for the for the character. So what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna keep working on this real quick. But it's like, no, for the most part, one of those things, I'm just gonna I'm just so happy to be here. I really am. This is great. Thank you so much for watching, and for being part of this and everything. It's gonna come along, and it's gonna just pop in a second. You'll see all the different features. It's all gonna start popping out. But I was really excited about how well this all started, come to pass. This is probably really dark. Probably really dark for you. I wonder if I could put the lights on or something. Yeah, I'll put the lights on a little bit. Maybe might be a little better. Okay, so but it's not really watching me anyway. Watching me make this thing. So yeah. So and she has like a double mouth. So what I'll do, I'll make the mouth extended out. Then I'm gonna go ahead and make a secondary mouth and stuff too, so you'll be able to see the secondary mouth as an opening. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and have her mouth wide open. That kind of thing with her mouth. So okay, so you have this, right? So this is here, right? Next, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep working on that. I need to look at a reference point again. I'm gonna put another thing here so I have a little bit of reference point. Did I lose all my audience? I managed to lose everybody. Sometimes you do that. Sometimes you just lose everybody in the chat. All right, so here we go. Ah, goodness. All right, so here's the queen. All right, so you have that, and you have the thing here, and then she had a big main part in the back of her head. All right. So yeah, that's what happens, as you're doing this stuff, you just start beginning to figure out how best to make this happen. So you have that one, you have that one, you have that one, okay, and then this one. So you have, this one is connected to this one, so you have this here. Right. See, normally, whenever I do like a specific, I have to be very, very specific about what I'm making, because it's like some things you can see in your mind, others you see with your heart. This Littlefoot's mom said that. Some things you see with your eyes, others you see with your heart. And so, but I mean, I don't understand that. If the Great Valley, right, is like one of those things where they go to every year, I mean, what's the point of seeing with your heart? Don't you see that already? You already well, yeah, I've been there last year, and we were there last year, Littlefoot, and but maybe it was like one of those things where it's not so much, kind of one of those things where it's not so much. You're kind of like doing that thing where, you have to go and visit, and when you go back to visit, it's one of those things where, if you don't, maybe the only go one is to drought, because that would make sense. If the only go one is to drought to the go to see the Great Rally. That would make sense because at that point you say, okay, well, they can't go every year, because otherwise Littlefoot would be like, oh yeah, we went there last year, and the Great Beyond. Remember, there was a thing about that, there was a thing about that. The light will turn on, and so okay, so here's this one. So you have that. Does she look like the Alien Queen? Does she? I think she does. She's gonna be huge. Start off with the head. See, and this is I tell you, I could do this all day. Okay, I really could do this all day, and I have done this all day once upon a time. And it's like I did this we had the one at Hester Street, and we did it all day long, and it was so great. And hopefully, you'll be able to see us do the Hester Street stuff because I just love this. I kid you not. I could teach people how to do this. I enjoy teaching people how to do this. And maybe I should just let the sound go. Maybe I should just listen to it as I'm doing this and not stop talking so much. If I'm talking too much, send me a super chat and I'll shut up. Okay, so here's this one here. Okay, let me make sure I have this here. Let's see if my neighbor wants me to move. Okay, so far you have this here. All right, and this is the head shield. All right, head shield coming up. And I'm gonna make this nice and pretty. See, I need another shot, another place to see overhead. I need another side view. Let's go here. This one. This is the good one. Oh, this is perfect. Yep, here it goes. Okay, we have that one. All right. So what it does, it kind of comes down a little bit like this. It's one of these things comes down, right? And it's just and they have a little smaller one there. So I'm gonna make it come down just a little more. It's like some kind of tell you, the idea that he had to make this was such a cool idea, just a really cool idea. Because, pretty much the rest of the body, see, and this Alien Queen, this is just one part, okay? Now I'm just gonna, there's coming in with her face, on the side, right? And you're gonna have that. I'm gonna elongate it, make it a little bit longer, so we can actually incorporate and house this giant bell head of hers, right? Because she has a big old thing on top of her head. Right, so here it goes. So yeah, so pretty much I've made an Alien Queen before. If you looked at my Instagram, you could see the ones I've actually made. And she had a wire in it because she was so huge. And so what happens is that, and so what does it say here? It says, hi, mate. Do the Queen, yes. One for the movie coming out. You could distribute it for just in case there's a Queen of the new. Yep. So that makes it 12 for the Queen, Alien Queen. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just like that right there. And so that's one there. New movie coming out just in time, right? Because everybody likes the Alien Queen. So here's her head. Her head's coming along. All right. So I was wondering, when do you have a live, right? Can you send your live to everybody? Because that'd be kind of cool to actually do that, But I'm not sure if that's what you can actually do. But I want to take this inside the house. I like being inside the house when I do my sculpting. All right. So far we're at half an hour, and see how intense this head of this one is because she is just a big old thing. You know what it is? I'm thinking too much. I have to let my hands do the work, and that's what happens when you just kind of spend a lot of time. We just kind of let your. Anybody else respond? Wow. Okay. All right. People tell me stuff about that. How difficult it is. Okay. Yes, it is. It really is. But number 2 is hard too. Okay, so let's see, it's hard and tough to make. Alright, so here it goes, right? I'm going to keep making this, and I'm going to go ahead and add more details to it, right? Because you have this thing where it's like this, and it kind of bends like this, and like this. Alright, so here it goes. I got to go back to my other screen on my phone, so I'm just going to switch back to that. Yeah, this one is difficult, actually. You know why it's difficult? Because I'm thinking too much. That's what it is. Alright, so let me stop thinking so much and just let it go. Alright. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, don't sing that song, you'll get copyright strike. Alright, so, take off my phones. Let's cook this thing, shall we? You're probably like, what? You've only been working on the head for forever. How in the world are you going to get to the rest of the body? You know what? Don't worry about those kind of things. Don't you understand how these things work? These things is it's a piece of magic right here. This whole masking tape thing. It's a piece of art. It's you just be you're also going to be boom, what? How did that happen? Where did that come from? Oh my goodness, how did that, That's kind of where it's at right now. So yeah, so here you have that. 30 minutes in. She's gonna be huge. Okay. Bigger than the first one I made. It's the worst when that happens. When it goes like that and the tape breaks, it's like that's not good. You don't want that to happen. What you want to have happen is you want to have the tape continue to not break. Okay, so you have to keep working on it. You know, it's like when you do the masking tape stuff, it's like you're working with bones. You know, you're working with arms and legs and bones, and it's like amazing. It really is. It's kind of one of those things where you're just like, oh my word, I'm actually sculpting something that it's almost like you're working with like skin, and it starts to take on its shape and it starts to take on its own like form. That's really cool, and it's like the more you add to it, the more it becomes detailed. So you have it where it's like you can actually make some very cool, very detailed pieces of art. That's just so nice and so durable. And you can, I mean, you can cover other stuff too. I mean, like this is like one of the cool things about masking tape is that it's not the end. It's not the end. It's an in between step. It's like the step between a step, you know. And so as long as you just keep going, you don't give up. You can actually do a lot of great things, you know. So there you have that. And so I'm gonna make her little bony face right here. I'm gonna bring back the mouth. I'm gonna actually make the mouth extend with the secondary jaw, and like that's gonna come from here. Gonna go ahead and continue to just add more details to it. I wonder if my neighbor is here. Is he here looking for a spot? No, he's not. Okay, that's not my neighbor. All right, so let's see. Cause I'm in his driveway, you know. So here's this one. All right. So here's this, and we're gonna go ahead and see. Can you make it? Can you make it? That's my other neighbor. Not sure what my neighbor is doing. Okay, that's not the same neighbor. It's a different neighbor. All right. Okay, let me see. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of finish this up. All right. You're like, how is this working? How is this working? Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you how it works. So already one of those things where it's like it's pretty cool. Get the mouth, the secondary mouth. All right. The secondary mouth, because it has to come all the way from the back of his throat. And then it's come all the way back down and go all the way to the front. Right there. Then the mouth. Now let's go ahead and do the bottom jaw. Alright, so we have this. I See, and the most noticeable part of the queen is her face, you know? If you get the face right, then you can do all the other parts. So you have that, right? Let's see how we can do this. Let's keep going. She has a chin. She has a little chin, and her mouth makes her whole head makes this like kind of like a really interesting shape. It's like kind of does one of these kind of shapes where it's like this. So you have that whole formation of her face, you know? So, yeah, anyway, so I got a chance to spend time with my son. That was great. And I got a chance to spend some time talking with him, and he had a good time. And we had to kind of break it up to go pick up my wife and my son, who was at the DMV. Because it got done so quick, you know? That's what I was saying before. So one of those things, like, they were done so quick that when they got done, we were like, what? We're kind of just shocked because we were just having a really good time just talking about stuff, you know? And it's good. Definitely. If you have kids, you have to spend time with them one-on-one. You do that, okay? Make sure you do that. Because kids love their parents, okay? I mean, I love my parents. You know, I love my mom and my dad. My mom passed away, but my dad, he's still here and I still love him. So, you know, I see him like almost every day, you know, and chance to talk with him some. And before we didn't talk as much. It's always one of those things where, you know, not sure exactly what you want to talk about. But as you get older, you get wiser, you know. You get wiser because that's how life does. Life kind of makes you wiser. But life makes you like much wiser in terms of like, you know, just you when you're a kid, your brain doesn't work properly. You know, but when you get older, it's like it starts working better because at that point, you know, it's like you have sense, you have more common sense, you have more, you know, you've been through a lot of experiences, and you start understanding that your parents are just people, you know, and that when they're people, they were scared, they're not sure what to do, they never had kids before, they never had you before, you know, and you pretty much that must be the scariest thing you think about it, you know, having to raise you. Imagine, you know. And then think about, like, imagine you had to raise yourself, you know? Some people have done that, but just think about, like, how intense it is, actually. Just to think about, like, how like, you know, how crazy intense it has to be to, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and start forming up the rest of the body, because, like, there's so much more to the body, so I'm gonna kind of, like, just kind of staking her out, you know? And just, let's just see how that goes, because right now we're at 39, we're 39, right? 39 minutes in. So it's 39 minutes, and this is what we got in. So we have so far. So okay, so let me see if I can just tell you more stuff. No, that's pretty much it. Let's see, I can stop this here. So pretty much what's happened is that it's gonna be a big old sculpture. See this, like her head. It's just right. So it's coming along pretty nicely. All right, it's coming along pretty nicely. Remember, you could always add more tape, and once you have the good strong system, you can actually add more stuff to it. So the thing is, like what I'm doing here, right? I'm definitely making her face to support her head and her body. But I'm gonna go ahead and elongate and make the full body so you can actually the body can actually support the head. So you have that right here. This is the neck and the face of the alien queen, right? And remember, like in the movie, her face was like independent of her the top of her skull thingy, so she can actually move it. We're gonna do that too. So, but until then, let's go ahead and keep going. Let's keep working on the body part. All right, the rest of it. So she's a pretty long and durable queen. Let's see how we do this here. All right, so we have that. Right now, it's 7:41. And so what we're going to do in a few more minutes, we're going to go, wow, it's actually 41, it's going right to the time. All right, so it's actually exactly 41 minutes. So when we get to the 8 o'clock marker, we're going to go ahead and just kind of keep working on the other parts. Let's see, I get this here, here she is. I get this one here. Yep. Okay, good, this is great. This is gravy. All right, so now the huge neck. Use neck and the body. Gotta open the door again so the lights can come on. Yep. See, that's what life's about. Like, you have to make do. You have to make do with the things that you have. That's all you got, you know? All you have in life is just to be able to... You know, she's in essence just a tail. The whole queen is just one big tail. And the rest of her body are appendages on that tail. So, let me just go ahead and elongate and make her body bigger. Alright, so you have that. I've been an alien queen for a long time. She's gonna be super huge. So there's that, and then you have the tail and the body. And so because the fact that she is so like thin in terms of like her ratio to mass, you know, in terms of masking tape and in terms of like clay, you have to put a wire inside. She has to have a wire frame because she can't support the weight of the masking tape can't support the weight of her body, you know? So you have to actually make it bigger so she can support the weight thereof. So yeah, so this is that. Let me see real quick. The head is right there. Yep, it's coming along nicely. Here goes this right here. Then we have Alright, so we're at 43 minutes, 44 minutes in. Alright. Alright, here goes this. Alright, so see, like, my hands are pretty big, so you have this is almost 2 hands wide. See this? It's like pretty big, right? Pretty big right there. Alright, so here we go. Add the cool detail. She has all the spikes on her body. Alright. Okay, so here we go. So you got the face and you got the body, and just pretty much gonna go ahead and start making the arms and then the other arms. So she got 2 sets of arms, and she also has like the big old like thing neck, like her neck kind of extends down and it kind of camels out. So I'm gonna like make it from here. I'm gonna make it like right here. I'm gonna make a camel out this way, right? Like that. And this is like that one there. About to run out of tape right here. So folks, this is what happens. Like, see, I'm doing this thing here, and it's like pretty cool. This is like one of those things. So we're coming up to the almost the hour mark. You know, this is 1 hour, man. This is 1 hour of just trying to get this all like. This is not even. This is like to her, like her neck, right? Her neck needs support. So I'm gonna go ahead and support her neck. So, okay, this is this. You know what I should do? I should listen to have some music in the background playing as I'm doing this. But it's like, you know, what I was saying before about like just trying to like have a way to just, when you do your art, just to find yourself, you know? Find yourself, find your work, find, you know, the awesomeness of it, because as long as you keep going, you won't mess up, you know? That's the thing. It's like, as long as I keep going, this is gonna eventually turn into the queen. And it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a huge old alien queen thing with big arms and all that, you know? Because like you have to like, you know, just kind of, you know, have to be able to see it. But just about life, you know, one of those things I'm just learning is just you really have to just enjoy it. Just enjoy life. You know, just when you go out there and you do something, you do it for the glory of God, but also just enjoy life, you know? Because like this is one of those things where as you're doing this, you're learning stuff. Like I'm learning about how to talk to people while working on stuff, and this is a complex piece. This is like one of the most complex ones, you know? And I like how everybody chose this one. You know, I was thinking that maybe perhaps people would actually choose the other one. You know, the one from you know, the Formix Queen or something like that. But no, people chose the actual Alien Queen. And so I was like, you know, this is cool. I mean, I'm glad that he chose it because it shows that, you know, there's an aspect where people are willing to give me a challenge. And this is a big challenge because, you know, there's so many parts to the Alien Queen. She has the, you know, the whole thing with her neck and then her body. So like her arms and stuff like that, right? I'll make her arms real quick. This is how you make her arms. Okay, so you have this here. You have this part here. Arms comes about here, right? Right, and you have that there. And she's like, "Hi, everybody, I'm here." And that's what she's doing. She's kind of like that's kind of the arm part there because she has another set of arms. She has little tiny arms. But so these are the 1, 2. So let's see, as you're doing this, so it's like that. So I want to thank everybody who's watching tonight because like that's, I mean, you could be doing a million other things. And it's a Friday night, so you're here watching me as I'm working on this stuff, you know. And then so, yep. So here's this, and then I'm just in the process of just making this, and I'm really excited about the fact that people are just willing to come and just encourage me in my art. This week was a great week. I drove Rody this week, and I didn't do any DoorDash. I just decided to say, you know what, DoorDash is just something I'll keep in the back. But Rody was great. Rody was great this week. I did 3 trips and made like, you know, a lot of money, and I'm really happy for that. So Rody has been really good to me in terms of the work because, you know, you go out there as a gig worker and you try your best to work, and all you can do is work because, you know, life is about work and working. But, you know, you don't have to work hard. You have to work smart, and you have to enjoy your work. You know, it's like, you know, there's a thing where, you know, we only have so much life, right? And I have this thing, One Life Must Art, is my name on my Instagram. But for the most part, though, when you look at that, you think about like how, you know, how many things you can actually do if you just get to it, you know. And so I think it's great that you get a chance to actually meet people and do artwork. Let me see. Let me see quick what I got. I got the hands. Oh, 6 fingers. There's the hand. I got a ridge in the neck. All right, cool. All right, so you have this here. I'm gonna make this because when you have the mouth together, it's supposed to like do this thing where she does like almost like it closes up like this. You see like her mouth closes up like this, and you have like that. So you have her mouth like that. So you have that. That's one. And so you have that. Okay, we're coming to, oh, what, 10 more minutes, yo. 10 more minutes till it's like the end of the show. So what happens is this, we're going to start coming to the bidding. See, as you can see, I'm not finished with this one. This one's actually a pretty elaborate piece. And yes, you can win this piece if you have the highest super chat. You have that super chat you put on there. You can go ahead and, you know, try it out and see how it works for you. But for the most part, the person who has the highest super chat at 801 is the one who wins this, okay? So that's how it is. I just want to, you know, and it's going to be complete because right now she's, you know, she's getting there. See, it's actually a robust piece to make, you know. So I'm almost out of tape on this one. And don't worry, I have more tape. I have more tape, folks. So don't worry about that, you know. And I'm gonna make her teeth and all that wonderful stuff too. You'll see all that wonderful beautifulness when it comes done. But for the most part, though, in the meantime, it's gonna be one of those things where okay, her arms are like okay, her arms come out like here. Her arms are like down here. Her little arms, because she has little arms, they come out like right about here, right? It's like little feet, but they're pretty long. They're pretty like you see like the T-Rex arms could like bench press a truck or something like that. I don't know about all that. Okay, so I used to think everything was just clear cut and forward, but now as you get older, you start learning about stuff too. Like I like dinosaurs, and I've always liked them, but then as you get older, you begin to wonder, are dinosaurs even real? But it's like you start learning that yeah, there was mention of it in the Bible as well as throughout history. So yes, there weren't called dinosaurs, they're called dragons. But for the most part, you start wondering like, okay, is this creature that we're seeing in the museum? So, hi, Amy. And then so what happens is like, is this creature a real creature? So yeah, so this is one of those things where, here it goes. We're coming up to, let's see what I got 10 more minutes, right? At 10 more minutes till we come to the, right now it's 7:51. Exactly 10 minutes till the end of this show. And again, once again, you can win this if you have the highest bid, okay? So what I'm gonna do after this, I have to go, I wanna go visit some of my friends, go see them at their art gallery, kind of go say hey. But I got stuff to do. I got a lot of things to do. So we'll see how that works out, in terms of stuff like that. We have in the process of kind of working on these things, you learn a lot, Wow, that's how much you sell that for? Wow, my prices are low. I gotta raise my prices up. I'm looking at the NECA, the NECA brand NECA, the Queen Alien from the 1986 blockbuster Aliens movie. So you have that, and you have that, and you see this is where it is. So you have the hands, and you have that there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and work on the back because this is her neck. Her neck also balloons backwards. So you have because you have to make the structures, right? If you don't make the structures, you have nothing for the structures to hold on to. Otherwise, you have like no structures. You have like a what do you call that? You're making stuff in 3D space. So here, I'm making this in 3D space, and you're watching me do this, And what's amazing about it is like, sometimes I don't know where I'm gonna go with this, and it just starts to form itself. So let me see, make the picture bigger so I can get it. Okay, so you got the whole trunk, you got the arms, you got the trunk, and she's gonna be huge. All right, so here's that. Right, let me start like popping out the legs. Let's see, there's you gotta go further back and you gotta make the legs come out. Coming to the end of my tape. Coming to the end of my tape. All right, so here goes. Right about there. And see, I'm coming to the end of the tape. You have the wonderful opportunity to see me come to the end of a roll of tape. Here's when I come to the end of a roll of tape, my friends. That's the one. Yes, the end of a roll of tape. Yep. It's one of the very occasions when I'm actually using a reference. Most times I don't use a reference. So I'm going to have to take the tape from here, put my camera over here, right into this one. Hopefully it'll stay put. And no, it's not my neighbor. Is it my neighbor? No, it's not. It's weird how people always come in and double park next to you. It's a strange thing. Like, you might be sitting near double park, and somebody else come and double park. So what that means the bus has to come and dodge you. It's weird. It's a weird thing. What I'm thinking, too, is how long this light's staying on. That's actually pretty cool. Maybe the light stays on for 10 minutes. I don't know. Who knows? All right, so here's a fresh new piece of tape right here. All right. And you have this. So let's go ahead and just kind of fine-tune some of the things here, right? 10, 54. Okay, 54 minutes. We're in. You know, what if I did a live on Instagram while I'm doing live too? Maybe that might actually increase my output. Let's see what I'll do. I'll do a live on Instagram too. But I'm gonna be working on that. Let's see if I can do both of them at the same time. Why not, right? Okay, so that's a few seconds. Let me see if I can just go ahead and do that and do it live on Instagram right here. Stop for a second. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see Instagram live. Instagram. And I'm gonna go live and gonna have me do it live. So here's this, and I'm gonna reverse the camera, and here am I doing live. 3, 2, 1. All right, so folks, I'm actually what happened was that I did the poll, and on the poll I actually got that most people wanted to have the alien queen. So I've been working on the alien queen for a little bit now. So I'm making the alien queen. This is the alien queen, the xenomorph queen. So you have the head, and you got arms, and you got the little arms, which are really down there. And so that's the process. I'm actually doing that right now. So here's that. So this one as well, actually one. So I'm thinking next week if I ever do this again, I might actually have it where I'm gonna do this on. I'm gonna do the Alien King. I got so many people who were like totally happy about the Alien King part. So they were like, so let's go ahead and just do the Alien Queen because what happened when I did the tallies, right? I actually did the tallies of all the people who in my paperwork, right? I've been at it for an hour. So what happens is this is one the Queen, right? The Queen got like 11, and then the King got like 10. So and then the former Queen didn't get any. Right, the performance queen got 4, but the harvester queen didn't get any as well. Anyway, so what happens is this, right? So here's the situation there. So I'm actually almost like at the part where I'm making the alien queen. I've been at this for like an hour just talking about stuff, and so thank you so much, thank you so much. And so here's what's just like this is here. It's like why thank you so much. Yep. Hey, Chris, I never made a what do you call it for you? I never got a chance to make anything for you. Remember that from when I was working back in my hardware store days. There was what I was doing for all my coworkers was that I would like just kind of like go and make stuff, and then my wife said, you know what, Greg, you have to start charging people because you can't just keep giving away this stuff for free. So I'm like, definitely, I'm gonna go ahead and just enjoy this thing here and make stuff. But then we got into the whole thing with the night markets and being able to do the vendor markets and stuff, and that was really cool. That was actually a lot of fun because when you start doing that, you start actually like just making a ton of stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that. I'm almost to the end, and right now I'm like 57 minutes in, and this is like, I have so much more to go. My lights on my car went out, so I'm trying to turn real quick. I have a little bit more to go. And wave hello, and then so yeah, it's like the thing. It's like wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm working. I'm having my live on my YouTube and my live on my Instagram as I'm doing this here. So then yeah, so you can see this is actually making the queen. And remember the queen has like the mouth, the part of the mouth that's kind of like that with the whole jaw thing kind of goes yeah. So anyways, that's that. So I'm gonna put the teeth in there too. Probably use clear tape for that. That'd be actually fun. What's gonna happen is this, right? I'm actually on my YouTube. I'm actually gonna do this thing where you probably can't hear me because my headphones are really my headphones on. You guys probably hear me now. Okay, so what happens is this, right? For my headphones on the Instagram there, you could probably hear me better now. So okay, so I was just saying before Chris that I haven't made anything for you yet, Chris. But maybe you might be lucky to be able to get something here. Who knows? Anyway, so we have this thing where this is here. I'm working on the leg parts of the alien queen, and then so this is how I do it. This is how I make masking tape art. Pretty much. But it's like when it comes to something that's as complex as this guy here, it's very important that you actually you're able to just this lady here, you're able to make sure that you can actually detail and have the details pretty well. Okay, so what happens is this, right? She has the legs, she has the back legs, she has it's all about the twist. It's all about the twist and about like where you want to see it. It's all how you do it. You actually make it like by maneuvering it. So the more you maneuver, the better it gets at it. The more stuff you can actually make. So yeah, I do a lot with the twists, and the twist is kind of like the thing there. But you kind of have to have the idea what you want to go with it, because if you don't have the idea where you're going to go with it, you're not going to go anywhere with it. So that's something there, right? So and then so you also have to have some good piece of tape. The thing is, when I first started making these, I used to make them super huge, right? So for me to make something that's really big now, it's a little different because I remember when I first started, I didn't understand the concept of the tape. But it's one of those things where as you're doing this, you become better and better, and you know more about the stuff that you're actually doing. And so as you're working on it, you know, it's getting better and better and better. And I have to wave at my neighbors real quick, so just give me a second real quick and just kind of wave at them and be like, kind of wave hello and like. And then so I just had to wave at my neighbors real quick, and just in the process of just kind of making something cool. So here it goes. So she's almost there. You see this? All I have to do is flush her out. All I have to do is just flush her out. We're coming to the end of the night, and okay, so pretty much I don't know what time it is. Does anybody know what time it is? Because like I said at like 8:01, I was gonna be done with this, and in terms of like going ahead and start the thanks man, I appreciate that. Keep up the good work, I appreciate that. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Chris. Pretty much I'm gonna keep working on this stuff here, and this is it here. So what happens is this, right? The time. I'm looking at the time right now. Anybody know is it 8:01 yet? Because at 8:01 I'm gonna officially end this and continue to work on this. I'm gonna stop wherever I am. I'm gonna go ahead and put the because I have to lean over. Okay, so there's that. So you have this. You have the neck. You have the hand. You have the arms. You have the arms. You have the feet. Right? And what's gonna happen next is I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest of the body. But I think my time is almost up. I gotta check the car and see what time it is. I gotta look and see. Let me see what time it is. One second. It's 8:03. Okay, it's 8:03. And so officially, my official contest is now officially over at this point. And anyone who would like to super chat for this, get a chance because it's gonna be finished and it's gonna be beautiful. The highest super chat will win. And so I'm just gonna have it for another minute or so, and then I'm gonna pull the live, and that'll be it for the day. You know, it for the day. All right, so another minute or so, I'm gonna pull the live, and this alien queen will belong to somebody or belong to nobody. All right, but as of right now, it's 8:01. Okay, so 8:01. Let me check the time again. We're looking at 8:03. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and stop the animation at this point. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and so pretty much you got a chance to win a bid and to bid for the Alien Queen. I want to thank everybody who put their words in there for it. I want to thank you so much for anybody who was who paid attention and watched my show. I also want to thank you all for showing up, and I really appreciate that. So I want to say God bless you, and I'm going to keep working on this thing, and it's going to be part of my archives later. We're going to put it for sale on when I get done, it's gonna be on sale for on my my Etsy page or on sale on my Instagram page if you want to get this one. Okay. Thank you so much. I want to wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching my channel tonight, and I wish you all the best. See you soon. End the video here. End the video. All right, and this one. God bless you. Thank you so much. Bye.